Christina, and thank you guys so much for being here. Today I want to talk about my 5 best sellers that come from scrap fabric. I don't know if you guys are like me, but I hold on to scrap fabric because it's hard to throw away, just like internally. But also, I found 5 great sellers that turn them into great merchandise that you could sell. The first one I'm going to talk about is my bow bookmark. The bow bookmark is basically a bow at the end of a paper clip, and you can make it with this small of scrap fabric. See how small that is? It's like as big as my hand. They're really easy to make. All you need to do is buy those huge paper clips. I even tried making some with a smaller paper clip, and I feel like with these, if I do sell them, it'll be a bundle, you know, like 2 small and then a big one for maybe a Bible kit that I plan to put together for Christmas. This is actually my bow bookmark little container carry-all, and it has all the things I need to make it. So it's big paper clips. I get mine from Amazon. And then also you'll need glue, a glue gun. These are my glue sticks I carry. I have a wireless glue gun that usually goes on the bottom tier. Here I just took a piece of fabric. There wasn't enough to make a boxy keychain, which I will talk about next, but I went ahead and cut it into a rectangle, folded it in half, and then I sew the perimeter of the rectangle together. How you would make a normal bow. Of course, leave a pocket open to flip inside out. And that right there is all it is. I also sometimes pair it with scrap fabric for the middle. I decided just to try another pink fabric to put in the middle of this one, and I think they could look cute together. So right here is where I would put glue. Kind of hold it. As you can see, it's wrapped around my actual paper clip. And then after glue is on that side, it's hard without the glue. Let's go again. I would fold this over so I have a clean edge on the back. Put another dab of glue. And then there, you got a beautiful bow bookmark. So with this, this is the smallest piece of scrap fabric you could go, but you could go bigger. They're a big hit with customers. So this is just not something that I care to have uniform. It's my scrap fabric project. And I do sell these at the market for $7. Online, I might sell it for more. Next are these keychain boxies. I made mine a little bit wider this time around because I found the need to want to have chapstick in it and all my little things. To me, this is a great little medical kit for moms, earbud holder, gym, earbud, chapstick, gum. I wanted it to be useful for a lot of things. These are just 2 panels of 4 inches by 6 inches fabric. My lighting. Okay, I think that's a little bit better. That's natural sunlight. So electricity bills are crazy right now, and I'm literally doing what I can. So I'm actually kind of keeping the blinds closed a little bit so it doesn't get too hot and we could conserve our AC, because like my electricity bill doubled last month. It was really sad. All right, so these are 4 by 6. All you need is 2 panels of 4 by 6 fabric, and then liners and a zipper. And I actually use a number 3 zipper for it because there's no reason why to have that big number 5 zipper on there. I put my tag at the end now. I don't know if you could see that. Super cute. And I also use ribbon at the end for my tag, because honestly, I just want this to be a very easy project. I sell it for $10. I don't want it to be too time consuming. And this is something I could just, pop out real quick. So next I'm going to talk about the pencil case, sunglass case combo. So the pencil case, sunglass case came of the idea of a larger pieces of scrap fabric, and I thought I would be able to make a pencil case with it. So for the larger pieces of scrap fabric, that's what I use to make these pencil cases. These pencil cases, sunglass case, are actually one of my best sellers. I'm constantly having to remake. I also quilt them with my cheaper batting. I quilt them with like batting from Walmart. So the bow chapstick holder is another great one. I know chapstick holders are a big seller for a lot of other sewing vendors. Mine's in the shape of a bow, and it basically is just a bow with a chapstick pocket at the very bottom. I've actually had clients reach out to me wanting to buy specifically the chapstick holder. It's cute. It's a great add-on, and it's a cute way to carry your accessories. And actually, the bow chapstick holder is a product that a vendor came and took pictures of at a market. And then the next week, she tried to sell me a bow chapstick holder, not realizing that I was the one that she got the idea from. So this one kind of sits pretty in my heart. I also want to talk about some of the scrap fabric products I'm going to make in the future and test at market, but want to share the idea with you. One are the Apple Watch and Galaxy Watch bands. I think even the Garmin watch. I found that it was cheaper just to buy the bands in bulk, and then you would just cut this apart and use the hardware as your connecting hardware. It's like, so I'm going to make scrunchy watch bands with these, and I have a lot of scrap fabric to accommodate that. So they're too small for my scrunchy keychains, but they're too big for my tabs that I make. So I wanted to test them at market. Another thing is my vendor bestie told me about how she took her quilted piece from her boxy bag and turn that into a corner bookmark. So I'm going to attempt that with my boxy bag, take that corner piece and turn it into a cute little corner bookmark. And then these phone holders. So I had a lanyard one and I didn't really like it as much, but the scrunchy one is where it's at. I know my vendor bestie had done this too and she loves it. So it is something I'm going to take to market. And you could get these phone holder things for like $6 for a pack of 30 or something on Amazon. Super cheap. I'll let you guys know how those go. Which one was your favorite? Which one do you guys already do? And do you guys have any scrap fabric products that sell very well? And if you do, drop them in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing. My name's Christina, and I am the owner of Stitched and Fancy, and I share my highs, my lows, my wins, my losses, and I would love for you to join me on this journey. Until next time, bye you guys.